Hey, it's Kacey. I just wanted to let you know that I went to the dentist for the first time in 6 years.
Hello? You're currently on the phone with Kacey K. Yep, that's me.
Yes, you did hear that correctly. I have not been to the dentist in 6 years. And you might say, disgusting, or why, or, I don't know, maybe some people don't go to the dentist that often. I, on the other hand, like the dentist. I've always liked the dentist ever since I was little. My dentist office, I guess you could call me a Disney adult because the dentist office is like all Disney pretty much. He's got like the Disneyland map in his offices. He has like a train that goes around through all the rooms, kind of up by the ceiling. It has Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and all them. Yeah, it's basically kind of just like a Disney themed dentist, but I love it. So, and I still go. Um, well, I guess I go now. But anyways, growing up, I loved going to the dentist. I never understood why people hated going. But I guess I will say I was blessed with pretty good teeth. I've never really had any issues with my teeth at all. And like, I don't know. Some people think I'm really weird, but you know when okay, first of all, I hate when they take that little thing and scrape on your teeth. I just have a feeling, I know I didn't go to dental school or any school, but I just have a feeling that that is doing more harm to my teeth than actual good. Taking that thing and scratching my teeth, I'm like, I don't think that's what's really like the most effective way of doing my teeth. Okay, I hate that. But you know what I like is when they come and they just have the little stick and it has the pokey thing at the end and they like check your gums and they like poke your gums. I think that feels so good. I don't know why. And people think I'm super weird and I totally can see why people think that, but I think that feels good. So sue me, I don't know what to say. But yeah, I've always liked going to the dentist, and I used to like wish I had cavities when I was younger, because they put this like, I don't even know how to explain it, like these goggles over your head, but inside they had this TV, and you got to pick out a movie and watch it. I don't know why that was so cool. Like, why not just watch a movie at home? You know what I mean? But it was so much cooler because at the dentist was on this cool like state of the art machine, which really was like, old, but old now, I guess. I just thought it was so cool, and I was so mad because I never got to finish the movie. They'd always finish like way early, and yeah, and then when my cheeks would be all numb from like whatever they put on my cheeks, I remember I just sit and chew on my cheeks the whole way home, just like I like wanted the numbness to be gone. I hated it. Anyway, so yes, the last time I went was, well, I guess Monday, right after I recorded the last episode. Anyways, the reason it's been so long is because I did not have insurance, and yeah, I guess I haven't had insurance. I didn't have health insurance for a long time either. It's pretty risky of me. Yeah, I went once and I got a bill in the mail and it was like $300, and I'm like, what is this? I've never had to pay for the dentist, but it's because your insurance, your dental insurance falls off a lot sooner than your health insurance when you're on your dad's. Oh wait, no, I had health insurance. I was on my dad's. But I will tell you, health insurance falls off the second you turn 26. So just keep that in mind. I was like, so do I have like to the end of the year or the end of the month? They're like, oh no, like it's done November 1st. Like, yeah, that's the last you'll get insurance. I'm like, great, thanks. Anyway, dental insurance falls off like 3 or 4 years earlier, and I didn't know that. And so I just didn't dare. It's kind of like when you go to the mechanic shop or the tire shop and you need just a tiny little thing fixed, but then they come out and say you need a whole new car, basically. And so you just don't go because you don't want to have to deal with that, because who wants to spend $1,500 on tires when you literally don't have that kind of money? Anyway, so yeah, I finally got dental insurance. I actually have had it for a while, and I don't know why I haven't gone. I've just gotten out of the habit of going, I guess. So I was kind of nervous to go, but not really. Like, I brush my teeth pretty frequently. I'm going to be honest, I don't brush them all the time. You can think of me how you want after that comment, but for the most part, they are brushed twice a day. But like, I don't really floss. I know you're supposed to, but it's really annoying. I actually just started getting those little floss pick things, and those help a lot. Because, like, trying to get your hands in your mouth and, like, floss everything. And I even bought the Quip floss thing, and it sucks. Don't ever buy that. Like, the floss does not stay in. It is not... I don't know why they're still selling that, but... so that helps, and I do the whitening strips every now and then, and I do the mouthwash. But, I was still kind of nervous because it's been a while, and so when I told the girl that was cleaning my teeth, I'm like, so, I'm going to be honest, I haven't been here a long time, so I don't know what you're going to find. And she's like, oh, okay, and she honestly didn't clean them that long, but when she was done, she's like, I'm going to be honest with you, I was pretty nervous when you told me how long it had been, because I thought it'd be, like, really bad, but your teeth are actually really, really good. I'm like, oh, that's great. Like, I never had braces. I never really had anything. And the last time I had cavity, I was probably, like, I don't know, I think it was 8. And I think I had 8 cavities. But then the dentist came in, and he's like, wow, these are really good teeth. And this is just me bragging about my teeth, you guys, this whole episode. And I was like, thanks. And they did the x-rays. You know what I also love is when they put that heavy blanket thing on you when they do the x-rays. Like, it is so cozy. I just want to fall asleep. I just love that. I love weighted blankets. I love, like, the pressure of that, which is weird because I'm kind of claustrophobic, so it has to be on my terms, I guess. Anyway, yeah, they all got done, and they polished my teeth, and they said I had no cavities. So I was like, that's great. I will say I have one of those, what is it? Is it the Philips toothbrush or the other one? And that has, like, ever since I got that toothbrush, I've never had a cavity. So, yeah, you should get one. They come at Costco, they come in 2-packs. So there's that. Okay, I think you guys have had enough of me talking about my teeth. But yeah, let's talk. First, I want to talk about the Real Housewives. Which one should we start with? I'll start with Beverly Hills. Kyle has that party. It's like a continuation from the last episode when Sutton, like, causes all that drama. But she has a party where it's like the food is infused with weed. And I thought Denise Richards didn't partake in it. But apparently she did, because she was nuts. She was so out of it. And she, like, starts talking to Erica, and she's like, I just feel like you need to apologize. And Erica's like, for what? She's like, you know. Oh, you know. And Erica's like, I actually don't know. She's like, yeah, you know. You know. And finally it just gets so awkward and uncomfortable that Erica's finally like, okay, I'm sorry. And Denise Richards is like, thank you. And right after she says thank you, she says, you're welcome. Because she thought someone else said thank you to her, but it was herself. So then she has Kyle and Sutton follow her to the next room, and she turns around to him, and she's like, oh, she knew. And Kyle and Sutton are, like, looking at her like, what the hell is going on? And you, like, see her jacket is on really weird. And then she starts talking about how Erica is, like, this liar, and she's this, what does she say? She calls her, like, an effing mother effer or something. And someone's like, what did you say? She's like, she's an effing mother effer. They're all kind of like, okay. And then Dorit's like, hey, I think your jacket's on upside down. It's like this fur pink jacket. And she's like, don't do this. don't even do this. And she's like, no, I think your jacket's on upside down. She's like, don't even start with this, Dorit. Don't go there. And Dorit's like, she leans in closer. She's like, I really think your jacket's on upside down. And she's like, oh, really? I think your jacket's on upside down. And she's like, okay. Like, she was nuts, you guys. She was like this. If you don't want to watch any of the show, you should at least watch this episode just to see this, how she acts, because it is so bizarre. It's so crazy. And it's like such secondhand embarrassment. Like the shock on all their faces of just like, is this really happening? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And then Sutton like gets offended because Kyle says, she's like, you always say that you can't swallow food. And she's like, how dare you? How dare you bring up my illness? And apparently her illness is sometimes she can't swallow food. If you had that, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you, but what? What is that? Like, she's like, I was in bed for 4 days one time, unable to even swallow my own saliva. I'm like, Sutton, just when I think you can't get any more insufferable, you keep going. Anyway, okay. Salt Lake Housewives. They go to Bermuda. Meredith gets some weird sickness. I don't know if it's jet lag. I don't know what it is, but she's like freezing cold. She's pissed off because they didn't give her a room with a bedroom. Everyone else got a room with a bedroom, and she didn't. And none of them offered to switch, which I think is kind of bitchy, because if someone was just like, oh, I wish I had a bathtub, like, that'd be one thing. Like, oh, you can come in and use it when you want. But she's like so sick and like freezing cold, and she can't warm up, and none of them offer her bathtub. Like, that's all she wants is to warm up in a bathtub. She like had to get an IV because she was so dehydrated. Anyways, she got pissed, and then Heather and Whitney got in a fight about something, about Lisa. Lisa said Heather said, no, what did she say? I can't even remember what it was about. It was something really stupid. And Whitney basically tells Heather to shut the F up, and Heather gets offended by that, of course, and then they all ride back in the van together and they're fine. So, no real drama this episode, but I think the next one is when they find out that it's Monica who's suing Beauty Lab under all these fake names. And Monica, all these fake names haven't paid, and they're trying to figure out who it is, and they find out it's Monica. But it's like the scene of the very, very first clip of the previews, and it's where like Heather's like, no, you're joking. It's like totally like, you can tell it's staged. Like, she's being so overly dramatic. It's like a soap opera acting. And so it's just interesting. I do think they're both suing each other. Heather's suing Monica for not paying her bills, and she's like, well, and then Monica's suing Heather for botched procedures, and Heather's like, we'll come in and we'll fix them, and she's like, no, I don't want to do that, which makes me sad because I like Monica, and I think they're all going to turn on her. I think as of right now, none of the girls want to talk to her, want to be around her. But I did tell you, was it last episode or the episode before that, at the reunion, Monica's seat is right next to Andy's. And I guess people were pissed about that because usually first time people on like this show don't get to sit that close. They have to sit at the end. So the fact that she's sitting next to Andy means that people like her, and she's probably not going anywhere. So, sorry, my smoke alarm's going off. My house is on fire, but I will finish this episode. No, when my cousin blows dries her hair, the other smoke detector is right next to the bathroom, and so like the steam goes up, and apparently steam is the same as smoke. So then it circulates around the house. Like, it's this lady, and sometimes it's creepy. In the middle of the night, she'll talk, and just like, heads up, there's smoke. There's smoke in the hallway. The alarm will sound. The alarm is loud, I will say that. But it does that. It does carbon monoxide. And then it does a test weekly. So it's just like random. It's kind of creepy. Anyway, I don't know if you guys heard that, but I did. And it threw me off guard. Okay, what's next? Vanessa Hudgens got married. His name is, what is his name? I totally forgot. He plays in a minor league baseball league, whatever. Cole Tucker is his name. He plays for, who does he play for? Albuquerque Isotopes. Albuquerque is in New Mexico. I don't know if anyone's been to New Mexico, but if you live there or you have an influence there, what is up with your roads? Your roads are the worst, shittiest roads I've ever driven on in my entire life. And I went to school in Mount Pleasant. Like, they are the worst roads of all time. It's like this. So sometimes when I have to drive to Oklahoma to take horses out there at least once a year for the last, I don't know, 4 years or something. And one of the routes to get there is through New Mexico. And I'll have like the GPS going. And once you cross state lines, it says, like, welcome to Utah, welcome to New Mexico. But like the second you cross the state line, it is like one giant pothole. And like the truck is shaking. Like, I don't know how the tires don't just like completely explode. But it's funny because you feel the road, and then all of a sudden it's like, welcome to New Mexico. It's like, yeah, I know where I'm at. Trust me, I know where I'm at. The roads there are awful, you guys. They're awful. I know this is like a tangent I wasn't planning on going on, but something needs to happen. I personally would avoid New Mexico at all costs because the roads are just that bad. Plus, it's not very pretty, but I cannot believe there's not a tire shop on every corner of how many potholes there are. But they do this one thing. When people crash into the guardrail, they will put out signs that says, caution, damaged guardrail ahead. I'm like, what the hell is that going to do? Why do I need to know that? What is the purpose of that? Fix the roads. Take the money you're putting into these stupid, useless signs that say the guardrail is broken ahead and fill in these potholes. Anyway, that's how I feel about the Albuquerque Isotopes. Serena Carpenter and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Barry Cogan, I guess is his name. He's
Barry Cogan.
There you go, Barry Cogan. He's in Saltburn. He's in I'm sure he's in other things I don't know. Probably one of those like medieval shows. Hang on, let's see. Let's find out. IMDb. Did I say Saltburn? He's in Saltburn. I really want to see that, but there's like one theater in Utah showing it. And I'm like, really? Really? Oh, you guys, I went to Beyonce. I went to the Beyonce movie with my friend Mallory. That movie, that documentary was great. Like, I went to the actual concert, obviously. It's when I couldn't find my pants, but we had good seats, but there was still a lot of like wires and like stuff blocking the stage. So it was fun to see like the up close, like the actual footage, kind of like with Taylor Swift. Not mean to brag, but I had front row seats to Taylor Swift, so the movie was still good. The Eras Tour movie was still really, really good, but I had a great view. So when I went and saw it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is good. But when I went to Beyonce, the footage was like fantastic. And I think she wore like over 100 different outfits on the tour. Like, it was a different outfit almost every night. I think she'd circulate some of them, but it would be cool because she'd be singing and they'd flash to the next outfit of the same song, but like it would be so like cohesive and like look like it just flowed together seamlessly. It was so cool. And then it would do little breaks. I think they had 3 or 4 like behind the scenes stuff, and she said she'd been working on that tour for 4 years, and there were 3 stages, and one was set up where she was performing, and the other 2 were already on their way to the next venues to be set up, because that's how long they take to get going. And like, I guess most of the crew putting together the stage were women too, I don't know if like that's something she requested or if that's just kind of how it worked out. But she's like, I just love seeing all these women doing this hard work. They had cranes, they had huge trucks, they had all these things like putting together. Like each part of the screen was just like a tiny segment. You had to put them all together. And there was this part I really liked where the audio completely cuts out. Like I think some of the music's still playing, but her mic doesn't work, and she realizes it, and she kind of like goes off stage. And I thought for sure she'd go back and be like so pissed off, like so mad, so angry, like what's going on? This is like, this is so unprofessional. But she was so nice. She was so kind and like, what can we do to fix this? How can we, and so she's just like coming up with different ways that they can go through, like, what am I trying to say? Like, entertain the crowd while they're trying to fix she's like, well, we have 3 minutes. I can hurry and change into this outfit and go out and do something. And so she does. And I was like, that is so cool. Like, she was so nice about it. Because, like, obviously, if something like that happens, it's not really worth it to get mad. Like, what's the point? It's already happened. I'm sure no one did it, like, what am I trying to say? Maniacally? Not maniacally. What am I trying to say? That word with an M that means purposely, like, anyway, I don't think anyone did it purposely, and she realizes that, and I just thought it was cool how she handled it. She was so nice about it, and I like nice people. I like nice people who are powerful people. It just shows that you don't have to be mean to be powerful. But you also, she did say there's a fine line. Was it her that said it? No, it was Martha Stewart. Sorry, we'll get to that in a little bit. But she did say, like, I can come across as mean, but it's just because I know what I can see, like, in my brain and how I want it. And, like, you just have to be stern. You have to be, like, pretty, why I cannot think about words right now, upfront about, like, what you want. So anyway, it's kind of cool to see her. The album's about her uncle who passed away. It's about, like, the LGBTQ community and fashion. Her, I guess when she was in Destiny's Child, they, like, no fashion house wanted to design clothes for them, and so her mom and her uncle would design all of their outfits. And yeah, it was just cool to see. And then there was a part where she goes back to she drives past her childhood home. There's scenes with her and her kids, and how Blue Ivy wanted to be up on stage with her, and she's like, no, you're not doing that. She's like, please, Mom, I really want to do it. And she's like, okay, well, if you show me that you're committed, that you're practicing, that you want it that badly, then I'll let you come out one time with me. And she did, and I think she ended up coming out, maybe not every time, but a lot. And she got criticized, like, pretty bad. And she saw the comments online somehow, and Beyonce's like, I am, like, livid that she had access to be able to see those comments. So it sounds like they're pretty locked down, like they don't get to be on the internet so much, kind of like how Northwest, like, all the comments are disabled on her phone, on her TikTok and stuff, and how I think she has to have supervision whenever she is on those apps, because they don't want them to see these horrible things that these grown adults say about little children. But yeah, so the movie was really good, you guys, like, really, really good. It's 3 hours long. I didn't think I'd be able to stay awake because it started at 10 p.m. But I went home and took a nap after work, and I think the adrenaline was just so high through the whole thing that I didn't even fall asleep, and I wasn't even tired. So it's good. You should see it while you can. It's one you definitely want to see in theaters because you want the surround sound, you want the big screen. But yeah, I know that's not what we were talking about, but we're talking about Barry, what's his name? Anyways, go see Renaissance by Beyonce because it's really, really good. And yeah, I think you should see it. What else is Barry? Kogan. IMDb Pro Star Meter. It's gone down. Why? What is that? Oh, I don't want to sign in. Sorry guys, hang on. Apparently you can rate the stars now. That's kind of messed up, I think. It's so weird when you use like a website instead of an app, and it's so hard to find things on here. Where is his? Oh, here we go. The Banshees of what does that say? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Some Irish name. The Green Knight, Dunkirk, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I've never heard of that before. Saltburn, which I heard was good. Oh, he was in Batman too. I forgot about that. The Eternals, I knew that one. Chernobyl, I still haven't seen that show. It's on HBO, and I've heard it's really good. Anyway, him and Sabrina Carpenter were seen out on a date together. And that's basically all we know. Spotted together in Los Angeles over the weekend, where they were reportedly, let's look at Teen Vogue, you guys. Okay, there's not much going on there, but yeah, they were reported seen together. I guess there's pictures of them. I won't go into this right to this week, but if you weren't aware, the song Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo is about Sabrina Carpenter, supposedly, allegedly, and Joshua Bassett. And Olivia and Joshua were on High School Musical, the series together, which is, my nieces and I love watching that show. Like, it's good, but it's so cheesy, and like we just like laugh and kind of make fun of it, but it's kind of campy. We just like to watch it. And anyway, Olivia got too famous for it, and she obviously left the show after Driver's License exploded and Sour and all that stuff. But she wrote the song because she apparently thought her and Joshua were together, or like had a thing or something. And then apparently, You Were With That Blonde Girl is Sabrina Carpenter. And then Sabrina Carpenter released that song, All Because I Liked a Boy, where she says she gets like truckloads of hate mail, all this stuff because of that song. But then it doesn't help that the rumors of Olivia and Taylor being on bad terms, because now Sabrina Carpenter's opening up for Taylor Swift on the Eras tour. So yeah, there's just a lot to piece together. But yeah, anyway, they were seen on a date together, her and Barry. Good for you guys. I hope you guys I hope whatever you're doing was good. Maybe they're just together because they're gonna do like a movie or something. Does Sabrina even act anymore? She was on Girl Meets World, right? I don't even think that was on very long. I could have been wrong, but I really don't think it was on more than 2 seasons. But Disney seasons are long. Disney seasons are like 30 episodes or something, 30 or 40 episodes. But Florence Pugh got hit in the face with something on stage. I still don't think they know what it is. But they were, her and like Zendaya and Austin Butler, and I think Timothée Chalamet was there. They were promoting Dune, and someone threw something at her and hit her like kind of below the eye, or maybe like right in the eye, and you could tell it like bothered her because she like literally put her hand to her eye and she flinched and all this stuff. And what is up with people throwing things at people on stage? Mostly musicians. But like Bebe Rexha had to get stitches because someone threw an actual cell phone at her. Kelsey Ballerini had a bracelet hit her eye. Harry Styles had stuff thrown at him. Like, what's going on, you guys? Like, why are you doing that? It just makes artists not want to tour even more. And it's already hard enough where they all want to do stadium tours and do like a lot less shows. And yeah, I just don't understand why do you feel the need to do that? I don't get why people feel the need to do some things. Like, it doesn't make you look cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna throw this cell phone at this person. Isn't that so funny? No, it's not actually. It's not funny. Like, we're here to enjoy the show. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Olivia Rodrigo was on SNL this weekend, and she did a really good job. She did like a piano ballad of Vampire, and she was wearing this really pretty silver sequin dress. It reminded me of what Taylor wore to the Beyonce Renaissance premiere in London. I think it was in London. It looked very similar to that. And then she did a ballad of American Song Girl. what is... No, I'm getting mixed up with Hunger Games. Hang on, everybody. Let me look up. What is it? Ballad of the American Schoolgirl? Why can't I remember that? I need to listen to that album more. The album is really good, but I haven't done like my due diligence on listening to it as much as the first album. The first album is really good. Ballad of a Homes... Wait, hang on. I think I'm getting confused. Okay, yes, I was getting confused. It's All American Bitch that she sang, and it was totally different from the vampire one where she was like, it was like soft and like pretty on the piano. This one was like she was smashing cake on her face and like standing on the dining table and like screaming, and it was good though. Adam Driver was the host, and he you could tell he likes being on that show. He like was having so much fun, and he's good at it too. But yeah, I like SNL. I know I can't stay awake to watch the actual... There's something fun about staying awake on Saturday night though. But my body's just conditioned to not do that. Like even when I went after the Beyonce movie, I got home at 1:30. I think I went to bed at 2, and I still woke up at 5 a.m. And it was hard for me to like say, okay, you can go back to sleep. You don't have to get up. I didn't want to. So it's kind of weird how your body like has this internal clock and it just wants to stay with it. But so my cousin and I usually watch SNL the next day while we're eating breakfast or something. But anyway, it's pretty good. I don't know when they go on break. They go on break for Christmas and they don't come back for a while. I know that. But in the meantime, you can watch George Santos on Cameo. I guess it costs like $350 to have him message you. If you don't know what Cameo is like it's kind of like C-list, D-list celebrities that get on there, and you can request a video from them. And most people do it to surprise people for their birthdays or stuff like that, but they like charge a flat fee or something, and it's like a custom message and they send it to you. And so he apparently does that now, and it's just like he could be going to prison for a long time. Should we say how long he could be going to? George Santos was that guy in Congress, and he's the one that lies about everything. Like SNL was having a heyday with him because he just gave them so much good content to work with, because he lies about everything. He literally lies about so much stuff. Let's see, hang on. Prison sentence. George Santos said he's scared of going to jail. Yeah, you probably should be. Which is okay. Theft. So why he's going to prison, why he got expelled from Congress, is because he used donor money for OnlyFans subscriptions, and I think he bought like bags with it. Was charged with stealing public money from the U.S. Treasury, which is punishable by a fine of up to 10 years in prison. This is from Forbes, so you know it's legit. Yeah, I just think that's so crazy. I don't understand what goes through people's minds. It's like, do you think they're not going to figure it out? I mean, I guess a lot of politicians never really get in trouble, but he's one that I think a lot of people were okay with actually following through with punishment. But wire fraud, yeah, this guy's crazy. They need to make a movie, like a comedy movie about him. Who should play him? I don't even know who would be able to play him, but it would be so funny. It would be so hilarious. And somehow throw Melissa McCarthy in there. He's got a lot. Unlawful monetary transactions over $10,000. Wow. I can't even imagine. When people do stuff like this, do they not think, like, eventually people are gonna find out? Like, that's just too much of a... I don't know how what I'm trying to explain this, but like, too much of a red flag. Like, someone's obviously gonna catch that and be like, wait, where'd all this money go? But oh well. Anyway, if you want to cameo from George Santos, you can do that now before he goes to prison. Yeah. So the actors on actors thing is out. I think it's Variety that does that, and Margot Robbie and Cillian Murphy were put together. And so basically what that is they have actors come together and interview each other and just kind of have a conversation, and they record it. I haven't watched it yet because there's a lot of them, but I know Emily Blunt and Anne Hathaway are together this time, which I love because they're in Devil Wears Prada, one of the greatest movies of all time. And like I said, Margot Robbie and Cillian Murphy, and apparently Margot said that the producers of Oppenheimer. Sorry, I was getting confused with Selling Sunset. The Oppenheimer group. Oppenheimer reached out to her and asked if they'd change their release date because they were afraid of being put up next to Barbie. And she's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. If you're too afraid to be up against Barbie. What did she say? Hang on. She just basically said no, because Margot, someone in the comments is like, why are they calling the main actress and asking her to change the release date? And it's because she's one of the main producers on it. And so obviously the producers are the ones that handle all the money and all that kind of stuff. So let's see. I want to show you what exactly she said. Okay, she said, and I quote, "One of your producers, Chuck Robin, called me because we worked together on some other projects," Robbie said. And he was like, "I think you guys should move your movie date." And I was like, "We're not moving our date. If you're scared to be up against us, then you move your date." And he's like, "We're not moving our date. I think it'd just be better if you guys moved yours." And I was like, "We're not moving." And she stuck to her guns and they didn't move. And it kind of was like iconic, the Barbenheimer craze. Like, people would go see Oppenheimer and then Barbie, or Barbie and then Oppenheimer in the same day, which is a really long day. I will say I liked Oppenheimer. I actually think I fell asleep through a lot of it. Like, Emily Blunt did amazing, and Robert Downey Jr. and obviously Cillian Murphy, but it is a movie I never need to see again, ever again. Like, it's not one I'll sit down and be like, a nice, relaxing evening with Oppenheimer. Like, I don't care to see it again. I was at a party once a couple months ago, and this girl there was like, loved it. And I think it's great. If you like it, that's fine. That's not my kind of movie. And I'm too dumb. You guys, I'm too stupid. I can't watch Game of Thrones because I can't understand what they're saying. There's just some movies. I hated Interstellar. I think Interstellar is one of the worst movies ever, and some people think that's like their top movie of all time. I know Maddie Murphy from The Bad Broadcast, that's her favorite movie. I think if I watched it again, I might think of it differently, because we had it playing at work. We have like a bunch of TVs at work on the floor, and they rotate up the movies every now and then, and one of them was Interstellar. And it's like, I'd walk by and see clips of it. I'm like, oh, this actually looks pretty good. But I just remember being so long. And so, like, it didn't make sense. I thought Matthew McConaughey's acting was really bizarre in it, and I like him. I don't know. There's a scene of him, like, driving down the road in his truck crying. And I'm like, this is, like, making me really uncomfortable. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I have nothing against Matthew McConaughey. I just thought that acting was really strange. And could I do that? No, absolutely not. So who am I to judge? But these kind of movies I don't get. I don't like them. But what was the last one that what's his name? The director, Christopher Nolan, did. What was the last movie he did? I think I liked that one. Hang on, hold please. Anyway, so the girl at the party said she had seen it like 6 times in theaters, and it had only been out, maybe over a month. I'm like, that is a long time. That is a lot of hours in the theater for one movie. I can't judge because I saw the first Avengers 6 times in theaters as well, but that's a little more entertaining, I think, than like it keeps you awake at least. There's more action scenes. Like Oppenheimer, there's like no action scenes. Anyway, let's see. Christopher Nolan. Right there. Apparently Christopher Nolan sends all of his scripts in, what is it? Red ink? Red pages with black ink or something? Or no, it has to be red ink. I can't remember. So they can't be color copied and sent to, like, then leaked. So, yep, the more you know. Oh, Tenet. I like Tenet. That one made more sense to me than Interstellar. And I have not seen Inception. Inception is one of those ones that I watched like a lot when it came out. I guess not a lot, but and I haven't seen it for a long time. And every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I want to watch that. Oh, I want to watch that. So I've started putting a list on my phone of movies I want to watch because I forget. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch that later, and I forget. Yeah, see, Oppenheimer, Tenet, Dunkirk, Interstellar. Interstellar is the highest rated out of any of them. No, Inception. Nope, Dark Knight. Dark Knight is 9.0. He's done quite a bit of... I wonder how much he's worth. Christopher Nolan net worth. This is what I do in my free time, you guys. I just look up random information about people. Net worth. 250 million. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Anyway, yeah, Barbie, Margot Robbie stood to her guns, and I think it worked out in favor of both of them. Oh, but I was going to tell you guys, I was just looking this up, and they've released the nominations for the Golden Globes. It says Barbie and Oppenheimer dominate the nominations, so let me read a few to you. Cinematic and box office achievement is Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy, John Wick, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Taylor Swift, obviously. Best Motion Picture, Oppenheimer. Wow, Barbie's not in that one. Maestro, I didn't even know that was out yet. Anatomy of a Fall, I've never heard of that. Past Lives, Killer of the Flower Moon, that's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think that's also like 3 hours long. There's, yeah, I don't know where they find these movies for these nominations sometimes, because it's like, how are people supposed to know these exist? Best Motion Picture, Spider-Man, Super Mario. I hope Super Mario wins. That movie was so good. Let's see. Best Director, Christopher Nolan, Greta Gerwig. Obviously, Christopher Nolan did Oppenheimer. Greta Gerwig did Barbie. Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. Bradley Cooper. I didn't know he directed Maestro. Interesting. Best Screenplay, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon. So those 3 movies are basically the ones that are dominating the... I don't know if it's this one or if it's what's the next one? The Golden Globes and the... Oh, there's another one close to this one. Why am I forgetting the name of it? Another award show. And basically if the first one always determines what the Oscars are going to be. It's known as like whatever movie wins Best Movie of the Year or whatever at this one will determine whatever wins at the Oscars. I don't know if that's completely accurate. I'm sure it's changed from, now and then, but anyway, let's see. Best Actor, Cillian Murphy, Bradley Cooper, Barry Keoghan, and Saltburn. Oh, I heard that movie is wild, you guys. Like, I really want to see it. What else? Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Wow. Carey Mulligan is the only one I really know. There's no... interesting. Margot... Oh, there we go. I was going to say Margot Robbie. Best Actor in a Motion Picture. Timothée Chalamet for Wonka. I don't even know that was even able to... be nominated. I mean, I've never seen the movie, but I know they're right, and he should win. um, Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Emma Stone, Poor Things. I've heard that one's good. Margot Robbie for Barbie. Natalie Portman, May, December. Oh, Jennifer Lawrence for No Hard Feelings. That movie, you guys, is one of my favorite movies. It is so funny. It is hilarious. You guys should see it if you haven't. If you have, see it again because it was so good. Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, Ryan Gosling for Barbie. Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. I didn't know Mark Ruffalo was in Poor Things. Willem Dafoe. I love saying that name. Poor Things. Best Supporting Actress. Nothing for Barbie. That's weird. I know all these names, but I've never even seen... Oh, Emily Blunt. She better win that one. Jodie Foster, Julianne Moore. I didn't even know these guys were in movies this year. Their publicists need to step it up, because if I don't know about it, how is anybody else supposed to know about it? Best Original Song. You guys, if this song doesn't win, I will be very, very upset. What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish? Sorry, Billie Eilish. Her and Phineas did an interview with Vanity Fair, I think it was, and they did snippets of it on TikTok, and they were talking about how he made this song, and it made me fall in love with it even more. Dance the Night by Dua Lipa, which is really, really good too. So 2 for Barbie, that's pretty good. I'm Just Ken, another Barbie one. I hope that doesn't win. Like, that's fun, it's campy, it's whatever, but no, let's not have that win, please, you guys. I beg of you. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. Best Actor. Oh, this is all TV now. So that was kind of fun. I'm glad I looked that up because I think they just announced it. When did this come out? When did this come out? Watch it be like 3 months ago. Come on. Oh my hell, I hate all these stupid news sites. They have a billion pop-ups. Yeah, 52 minutes ago. So there you go. The more you know. Should we see when should I be a really good host and tell you when the award show is? I always forget, like, I don't give enough information because I just think everybody knows all this stuff. But Golden Globes. Oh my gosh. 2024 date. What's not even until next year? January 7th, you guys. So get ready for that. Yeah, what else do I have on my list? Taylor Swift is Times Person of the Year, which I like. Obviously, she's had a great year, but she was up against Vladimir Putin. So I think we can all be grateful that she won instead of him. But I feel like we haven't heard from him in a long time. I swear I saw an article where people think he's dead because they haven't seen him in a long time. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about this at the end. I'll come back to this one because we only have one more thing. Oh, 2 things. Selena Gomez is dating Benny Blanco. Sorry. I don't know. I think Billy Blanco is a restaurant here in Utah. Benny Blanco, and he's a pretty well-known producer and songwriter in the musician world. And people are not having it. And most people aren't having it because they think he's ugly, which that's so mean to say, but I didn't say it. My friend did. But he's definitely not leading man material. You just look him up and think, you make your own assumptions. But apparently he shaded Selena back in the day. He was talking about Justin Bieber, which is whatever. He's like, Justin's not like all these other cookie cutter pop artists. He's not like, hey guys, here's my new single, and also here's my makeup line, obviously referencing, I mean, I guess he could be referencing Lady Gaga, but it's obviously who he's talking about because he's with Justin Bieber, so it's pretty, blatantly staring you right in the face. Looks like he has a unibrow. Interesting. But now she's with him, and people are like, is that Benny Blanco? And they're like, she's like, yeah. And he's like, they're like, wasn't he talking trash on you? She's like, yeah, but he's the best man I've ever known or something. He's the best person I've ever been with. Basically, she's like responding to fans and like trolls and like being mean. Not being mean, but just like being like people are like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you fueling the fire or whatever? And then apparently she's going off Instagram again. This is about her 18th time doing that. And I'm like, why do you have to announce it? Just do it. Like, just don't be on it. I don't get why you have to keep, like, she announces it every single time. Like, there's just a lot going on. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break. It's like, okay, that's great. Why do you have to keep announcing it? Like, just go. Just take a break. Like, it's not that hard to not say that you're going to take a break from it. I don't know why that bugs me so much, but I think it's because she does it so much. Like, I think we've all kind of done it, maybe not like on a public scale, but tell our friends, like, hey, I'm not going to be on for a little while or something, or even like tweet about it, you know. But like when it's like every other month, it's like, okay, I think that's enough. So if you guys don't have Masterclass, I highly recommend getting it. It's basically like they bring in these professionals in all these categories, like chefs and musicians and songwriters and entrepreneurs and marketing people, like any category you could possibly think of, and they have them talk about and like give you tips and pointers. Like Kris Jenner has one on business and marketing, and it's really good. Like they just kind of go through how they created what they created and how they keep it going and the numbers they look at and the info they get and all this stuff. I think I bought the year package. It was like $140 or something, but it's really worth it. It's a pretty good investment. But Martha Stewart has one now, and my cousin and I watched it last night or yesterday as we were decorating for Christmas. And Martha Stewart, she's 82, and she is a boss. She literally gets up at 5 and doesn't go, like, is going all day nonstop until bedtime. She's like, I just don't understand the need for time being wasted. Like, there's so much time to get things done, or there's so little time to get things done, so why would you waste it, pretty much? And oh, what was I saying earlier that I thought was someone else, but it was actually Martha Stewart that said it? Oh, being nice. She's like, it's really important to be kind, and that's really hard sometimes when you're trying to get things done and get things done right in the way you want them. And there's a really fine line of being kind, but also being the boss. And yeah, like I want to double check this, but she said she was the first. Who was the first self-made female billionaire? It was Martha Stewart. I was correct. She was the first self-made female billionaire in the United States. And that came tumbling down when she went to prison, which I think she was framed. She only went to prison for 5 months. And I just think if a man did that they wouldn't have gotten in trouble. It's like, well, all the Wall Street people that literally didn't get in trouble for a thing when the economy crashed. Yeah, it was called insider trading. She basically sold stocks when she knew her stocks were going to go down, or something in her company was happening and the stocks would go down. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. And she sold it, and because she had the knowledge of it, but her shareholders didn't. And someone turned her in, obviously a disgruntled employee or former friend, or something like that. Like, so she went to prison and she lost the status. I think she's worth, let's see how much she's worth now. Martha Stewart net worth. She basically lost everything and had to kind of restart. No, not that. Oh, also, so in prison she hand molded this nativity set, and you guys, it is incredible. Like, it looks so good, and it kind of resurfaced a couple years ago, and people loved it so much that she started selling it. She started like $150, and it's the one from what she made in prison. I just think that's so funny. Like, she just knows how to make money now. She's worth $400 million. So to climb back from basically nothing to 400 million, to go to a billion and then 400 million is just crazy. To do it twice. I mean, obviously 400 million is not a billion, but that's a lot of money. She has this really cool farm in Bedford, New York, I think is what it's called. She said when she bought it 20 years ago, it was like this dilapidated farm, and now it's like gorgeous. Google her house, like aerial view of her house and her gardens and everything. Like, I love, like, she drives around her side by side. She plows her snow still. She's partnered with Kubota Tractors. That's one of her partners that she is sponsored by. She's 82, you guys. She does not act 82. But yeah, I think I am in love. Like, I think this is the first episode that come out on Masterclass, but they kind of follow her and her daily life, and which is really cool to see. So, yeah, I've always loved Martha Stewart. I think she's one of the coolest people, and she's so down to earth, and she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 81 years old. Like, she's like, people always ask me how I reinvent myself, and I just say, I don't reinvent myself, I just kind of evolve, and I try all these new things, and I'm good at them. I'm like, wow, the confidence of a queen. Okay, we have a few minutes left. This next segment is pretty, we could go in depth pretty far, but I'm just going to kind of go over the highlights. So in Times Magazine, Taylor Swift said, "Make no mistake, my career was taken away from me by Kim Kardashian when she released the illegally recorded phone call of me and Kanye." And supposedly, apparently she's still a little salty about it. Kim Kardashian's over it, and I have my opinion about this. Let's just kind of go over. So it first started with in September 2009 at the VMAs when Kanye went up on stage and said, "Hey Taylor, I'm gonna let you finish, but I just want to say Beyonce had one of the best music videos of all time." And then they kind of had a rocky. Apparently he apologized. I didn't know that. He apologized to her a couple days later over the phone. And then the next year at the Grammys, she performed "Innocent," and kind of was that people thought it was a dig at Kanye because it says 32 and still growing up now. Something about mistakes or whatever, and apparently he didn't like that, and so he said he takes back his apology to Taylor, and then a couple years later, that was 2013, he said he takes back his apology. A couple years later in 2015, he's like, apparently they were seen at the Grammys and there was pictures taken of them, and then they kind of are okay. And then 2015 at the VMAs, he asks her to present him with the Video Vanguard Award or whatever. It's like the big award that they choose one artist every year to win it. And she did that, and then he made it as like a public spectacle. Like, the MTVs are just trying to get ratings. And having Taylor, and me up on stage at the same time, and her presenting the award, and she's like, he asked me to do that. So that's kind of when I first started to see, like, oh, he's two-faced. He's one person behind the scenes, and then in public, he's a totally different person. So that's kind of when she started seeing that. And then right after that, he sent her this huge bouquet of flowers, and she posted about it. Then the song came out about the famous song he sings. The song is called Famous. It said, "On my south side, N-words know me best. I think me and Taylor might still have sex. Why I made that bitch famous." So right after that, all of her friends come to her defense, and I still remember this vividly. Her brother went and he posted a video on Instagram that said spring cleaning, and he took his Yeezys shoes and threw them in the trash. And then Taylor at the Grammys 2016 said, "If someone tries to take care, or to all the, I want to say to all the young women out there, there are going to be people along the way who will try and undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments or your fame. If you just focus on the work and let those people sidetrack you, someday you'll get where you're going, and you'll look around and you will know that it was you and the people who love you that put you there." Um, so then, a little bit later in June, Kim Kardashian is in an interview saying she knew the song was coming out, and she all of a sudden acted like she didn't. And she's like, I swear my husband gets so much shit for the things that when he does the proper protocol, even he still gets in trouble. I don't know why she was so loyal to Kanye. I really don't. Like, even from the beginning. But she was so Kim. I'm talking about Kim. She was always ride or die for him. She always trying to protect him. Like, even like he didn't care mostly about the stuff that was being said about him, but Kim was just like so defensive of him and protective of him, and that's all she wanted. Yeah. Anyway, then the music video comes out, and it's actually a pretty disturbing music video. It's of Kanye in bed. Next to him is Kim. On the other side of him is Taylor. They're all naked. Like, they're wax figures in this bed, and they're all covered by a sheet. Like, Bill Cosby's in there, Rihanna, Donald Trump, Anna Wintour, Amber Rose, Caitlyn Jenner. Like, it's just a really bizarre. And even Lena Dunham was like, the music video is like sick and twisted. And if Lena Dunham's saying that, that's saying something. So anyways, Kim basically is like, it's my full-time job to be your publicist. I don't understand why you don't care what people think. She's just always trying to defend him the whole marriage. I just don't get whatever she saw in him. I really don't. Kim's like, I never talk shit about anyone publicly, especially in interviews, but I was just like, I had it, so I wanted to defend him. She legitimately, quote, says, as soon as I get on the Grammy red carpet, I'm going to go tell the press, like, it's on. Basically, she was going to say that Taylor was lying, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, then Taylor comes back and says, or her team was like, she has no issue with Kim. She's obviously just trying to be a good wife or protective of her husband, and she's not getting all the information. But then after that, Kim releases the footage of the phone call. And basically, it was edited. And at the time, it seemed like Taylor was... So basically, he explains it to her, and he's like, even my wife thought it was kind of mean at the beginning, this lyric about you, but then she kind of came around to it, and I just kind of want to let you listen to it and see what you think. And he wanted Taylor to release it on her Twitter, and she's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. But Taylor was like, it's not mean. Like, that's when he said it to her, and she's like, I don't know why she said this. Maybe, yeah, she's like, it's like a compliment, Swift said, is heard saying in the video. Let's see. Sorry. Swift, Kanye then thanked Taylor and said, thanks for being so cool about it. And she appreciates the heads up on it. And basically, she's like, I never would have expected someone to message me about me being in their song. So the fact that you did that, I really appreciate it. And so let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of jumbled. There's just so much to this. Basically, what Taylor said she wasn't happy with was the I made that bitch famous part, because they never told her about it. I don't know why she wasn't offended about the line that we might still have sex. That, I don't know, that's weird to me, that I made that bitch famous. I think it's funny because people still try and use that as as bait or collateral. It's like, well, he did make her famous. No, he didn't. She had sold 1 million albums at that point, over 1 million albums. And it's like, you don't do that if you're a nobody. Like, she won the award, like a fan voted award. Like, he did not make her famous. Like, that stunt might have like been everywhere and people were talking about it, obviously. And it might have made her, that probably was like the beginning of when her fan base like really like came together and was like united. But he did not make her famous. I hate when people see that. I hate it. I hate it like so much. Okay, so Taylor responded by saying, "Where is the video of Kanye telling me he was going to call me that bitch in his song? It doesn't exist because it never happened. You don't get to control someone's emotional response to being called that bitch in front of the entire world," she wrote. "Of course I wanted to like the song. I wanted to believe that Kanye when he told me that. I would love the song. I wanted us to have a friendly relationship. He promised to play the song for me, but never did. While I wanted to be supportive of Kanye on the phone call, you cannot approve of a song you haven't heard. Being falsely painted as a liar when I was never given the full story or played any part of the song is character assassination. I would like very much to be excluded from this narrative, one that I have never asked to be a part of since 2009. She captioned the post, "That moment when Kanye West secretly records your phone call," and then Kim posts it on the internet. Yeah, so that's basically that. Someone, apparently a source, I don't know who this source was. "Now you know why Kim only posted an edited 3 minutes of footage to Snapchat and all the hour-long conversation that they had." Let's see. So then Taylor obviously went to hiding for like a year and then came back with Reputation. And this first song was Look What You Made Me Do, and the music video has so many Easter eggs in it. Basically, in between all this too, Katy Perry, they were still in their feud, her and Taylor, and she tweeted, watch out for Regina George in sheep's clothing," basically referencing look out for a wolf in sheep's clothing, because I still to this day think that the whole Taylor and Katy feud was just a complete misunderstanding and overreacting. So obviously Katy was like, "I kind of feel how you guys feel right now, Kim and Kanye, because it's happened to me." Anyway, so in the music video, she references Katy Perry. She references just all these people that have wronged her. And then the song "This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things" is basically about Kanye. "Friends don't try to trick you, get you on the phone and mind twist you." And then she's like, "Forgiveness is a nice thing to do." And then she laughs hysterically and says, I can't even say it with a straight face. So then 2019, Kim's like, "I'm over it. I don't care about it anymore." She was on the Andy Cohen show, Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. She's like, "I feel like we've all moved on." And then she was given the option to be stuck in an elevator with Drake or with Taylor, and she chose Taylor. Yeah, so there's a lot of in-betweens of this, but then the video comes out later. Let's see, when does it come out? The full phone call between Kanye West and Taylor leaks online March 20th, 2020. Basically, it shows her saying, "I don't want to." It basically shows him not saying, "I made that bitch famous." All the other stuff is in there, and she's like, "Well, I want to hear it first. Like, send it to me or whatever." And he never sent it to her, and he's like, I'm going to send you the song and send you the exact wording and everything about it, and then we can sit and talk through it. And yeah, so it was never sent to her. And basically, yeah, I don't know. All of them kind of, I don't think Taylor's over it, obviously, if she's still talking about it in Time magazine. But I was also talking, so the reason for this topic is because of obviously the Time article, but my friend Micah messaged me the other day and was like, "Hey, can you like FaceTime me or something and like explain this drama between Taylor and Kim and all this stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's gonna be so long. I'll just talk about it on my podcast." And then my brother, that a couple nights later, he's like, "Hey, you should talk about it in your podcast. You should talk about the phone call with Kim and Taylor." I'm like, "I'm already on it, one step ahead of you." So yeah, it's what I'm trying to put this into words. I just think Kim was put in the middle of it. She's always been loyal to Kanye, like I've said, which I said before, I don't know why. And I honestly don't think she was given the full footage. And she's obviously lied to. Kanye's a liar. Kanye just says what he wants and to get what he wants. And I think the whole reason he got with Kim, just like dating, is because he knew she could sell anything, absolutely anything on the planet. And he wanted his ugly fashion clothes, fashion line, and his ugly shoes to be to sell well, and it did, because guess who promoted them? All the Kardashians, all their paparazzi photos, all their Instagram posts, all their because I think between all of them they have over a billion followers. So yeah, I think like I just always knew in my heart, in my opinion, that he used her to promote all of his stuff. And once he got what he wanted, once he got his billions of dollars, then he started being, just so standoffish to her, all this stuff. So I think this is just another one of those things where she did the dirty work, she got the brunt of it, she got the blame of it. And I would love to see her and Taylor make up. I would love it. I think stranger things have happened, so maybe. I also think that I'm not saying it should have happened, but maybe it was a good thing that this happened for Taylor, because it made her switch so much and pivot into a different kind of genre, a different kind of music than she's used to doing, and it was such a huge success that maybe she would have, I'm not saying plateaued, but kind of hit a rut, in her career, where this kind of gave it a spin and a different trajectory. And yeah, because Reputation it's like, if it's your favorite of Taylor's, like, you are ride or die for it. And there are a lot of people who like don't really get it, but the people that get it, like me, right away, are like so loyal to that album because it's so good. It really is just so good. But yeah, so that's kind of that. I know it's kind of jumbled, but there's a lot of like in-betweens of this. And I think the conclusion of this story is that Kanye West is a piece of shit and Kim and Taylor are not. And Kim was just trying to do what she felt was right in the moment. I think she had stood back long enough and watched the world just, tear apart her husband. And I think Taylor genuinely had, she didn't really say anything. She didn't really lie. Like, everything she said was true. But yeah, she said she moved to a different country for a whole year and didn't leave the house. And just, like, mentally she was just, like, not in a good place, which I totally get. But I think we need to know who the real villain is here, and it's Kanye West. And yeah, so that's that. Sorry this one went a little bit longer because I was talking about a topic that is near and dear to my heart. But yeah, that is that this week, you guys. I hope that you have a good week. I hope that everything's going well for you. I hope get your Christmas shopping done. Christmas is on a Monday this year. So my goal is to have literally absolutely everything done. Every present wrapped, the house sparkling clean, the Friday before Christmas, because that weekend I'm doing nothing. I am watching Polar Express. I'm watching The Grinch. I'm eating those Christmas cookies with like the Christmas trees on them. I hope Crumble Cookie has good cookie flavors during Christmas. Like, they have been not doing well the last, I don't know, long time. Like, they have like the most random obscure flavors, and it's like, no, just do good ones. Enough with the candy bar, enough with the cereal crap. Like, do good cookies and do Christmas themed cookies. That's like what I want. I want to eat a crumble cookie, and I want to hate myself afterwards, and I want to watch The Grinch, and I want to be cozy and start a fire. So basically what I'm saying is I want to have everything done before Christmas, and I think you should too. And to that, I will end this podcast, and I hope you all have a good day, and thank you for listening again. Thank you to everyone for listening to this podcast episode. I hope you liked it. Please rate and review and follow me on Instagram. And I love you so much.